Real quick, want to talk about trade copiers, some recent beautiful advancements on a really good trade copier, and then some other trade copiers out there. What are the pros and cons? And remember, you can have computer-based web copier, something like I'm going to show you with affordable indicators that you have on your computer, and then there's a web browser and server farm based trade copiers uh, that are different. It's just a different style of service, and there can be reliability issues with some of those. So I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about some important advancements and some stuff that's getting close that will be a big enhancement in the overall trade copier realm, which is very important when you're trading automated, like we traded automated. And I just shot a video on the two trades I traded after PPI news release immediate reaction and how I trade automated on the prop accounts. And I was done in two trades over daily goals. So I just posted that video up. Now I want to get specifically into information I have on trade copiers, recent advancements, and stuff that's in the works. Okay, for those of you on NT8, Tradeovate, and I think even some on TradingView, the way if your TradingView is connected to like a Tradeovate account or similar, affordable indicators, gentleman named Joel, love his trade copier, and wow, did he just take it to a whole new level. If you go to the Affordable Indicators YouTube channel, go to videos, and I just talked about this in the prior video. If you go look at the updates he just did to his trade copier that I absolutely love, has been exceptionally reliable for me. Because you got to realize, if I'm on NT8 like I am, and I'm using master accounts through the trade copier to talk out to Apex account, Lucid accounts, other take profit trader accounts, and so on, you got to have a trade copier to do that so you can scale. And wow, the solution that Joel has for, an NT8 platform, for those of you on rhythmic feeds, for those of you using Tradeovate, and I notice he was even mentioning TradingView, so I imagine that's a TradingView account where you're trading on TradingView, but it's linked to a Tradeovate, something on rhythmic feed. The advancements he's just made on his already great trade copier, definitely worth taking a look. Now, I'll also talk about a trade copier that has more, more ability to operate trade, accounts that are not on NT8 or not on Tradeovate, more of a wide-based trade copier. I'll get into that. But the nice thing I like about this trade copier, and I've always liked it, and I've always liked it better than Replicanto or what Apex had, which was a white label of Replicanto, where I always had reliability issues. This one, the application loads onto my computer. I use Asus Gamer boxes. I have really high-end internet. I use Google Fiber, and it works fantastic. Uh, it's always been very reliable. In the beginning, and when I first used it, I thought it was a little bit interesting on the initial steps to set it up. It's streamlined now, and it's logic based the way you set it up, and he just keeps advancing it. So fantastic product there, and I love using it. And I love that I have it right on it's running native on my computer, tied to my NT8 accounts. And then now let's go talk about, okay, and we all know NT8's old. I've been asking Joel and I've been asking NT8 and others that are deep in the NT8 realm, hey, is there going to be an NT9? We know NT8's getting old. We know at some point in 2026, as Microsoft keeps advancing the .NET framework, what is NinjaTrader going to do? Because NinjaTrader 8 right now can't advance, isn't a new enough software architecture, and it can't take advantage of hyper-threading chip technology. It's like with Kraken in there, you'd think NT8 and Kraken would whip out the same overall look. The same, don't change anything for the most part. NT8 is easy to use. Don't F it all up and try to bring something out of left field. Just leave it alone. but update it with modern software architecture, call it NT9, have something that can take, if I go buy a brand new Asus gamer laptop or a Razer 18-inch laptop and I have an i9 chip and I'm on the most, current version of Microsoft.NET, now Windows 11, it would be nice if the trade platform, being something like an NT9, could take advantage of it because it's all modern software architecture. And with Kraken, spending over $1 billion to buy NinjaTrader, I sure in heck hope that's what their plans are. I don't want web browser based platforms. I don't like TradingView because of that. Look what just happened to Project X with TopStep. Web browser based platforms are like putting lipstick on a pig, and I can't trade automated on it reliably. I want the platform running on my computer or my server when I'm trading automated. And that gets into the next. So this is what we currently have. Now let's go talk about moving into the higher end realm, like a Mercedes-Benz platform with some really big capabilities now and what I'm hearing coming down the pipe. So now the Mercedes platform for the retail trader, that's multi-asset class, multi-data feed capability, it's TickBlaze, bottom line. Nothing else can touch it. I used it way in the past for high-end institutional FX trading because we loved the portfolio optimization capability. So we're talking about you can go optimize an entire portfolio, not just single instrument, single listing. And it's definitely getting better. And I love, this is where I'm going to have all my automated trading moved over, probably up and running by January. So I'm going to, basically use December, the period from the holidays through New Year's, to phase off my automated trading from NT8 over to TickBlaze for the long haul. Now, if Kraken NinjaTrader says, hey, we got NT9 coming down the pipe, we're going to launch it May, June, July, August, September, then that's great. When they bring it out, I'll use it for some of my prop trading. But right now on TickBlaze, I can use ETP Trade Copier to talk out to my trade accounts. Now, the big issue is, with your prop firms, what data feeds are they offering and what platforms are they offering? So if I'm on TickBlaze using ETP Trade Copier, there could be limitations where you can't talk out your trade activity running on your master accounts that are running on your TickBlaze platform on a chart. You're running a strategy and you're talking out that trade activity to 20 Apex, to 5 Lucids, to 5 TPTs. See what I'm saying? So you always want to make sure that the trade copier you deploy tied to the platform where you're actually running the automated, that you can have that reach to the various prop accounts. And then I'm hearing, TradeAvate, TickBlaze is getting ready to really up their own internal, what they offer themselves for their copy trading. And I think you're all going to be very, very happy as you see what they deploy. And I like that they're not trying to reinvent the wheel. They're going to use a proven capability, and that I like. So I would love to see NinjaTrader come out with an NT9. I would like to keep, portions of my, prop trading where I'm running the master, talking out through affordable indicators to other accounts. I hope I can keep that so I'm not all on just one platform. But if I have to, I'll go all to TickBlaze. As we get through the end of 2025 and get into early 2026, if I'm not hearing from NinjaTrader that, hey, we're going to keep what we have with NT8, but put it on updated, modern software architecture that can handle an i9 chip, that can handle the latest versions of Microsoft.NET or whatever, then I got to have a plan to get off that platform soon. So I'm not sitting there and then one day NinjaTrader's like, oh, NT8's unsupported. We're not going to, you can keep using it, but we're not doing anything to keep it up with Microsoft.NET, Microsoft DirectX, or whatever. So these are all things you have to think about now as we come into year end. And then one of the more advanced capabilities, one of the newer kids on the block, Trade Syncer. The only problem I have with Syncer is the way it's running. I'm kind of all codependent on them. Yes, I get an interface and I can set up everything, but it has massive capability. I mean, I give them a lot of credit. It can talk to DirectX, it can talk to TradingView, NinjaTrader, Tradeovate, Rhythmic, and so on. But it's running on their servers. You hope cloud-based copy trading service. I've used these in the past with FX trading. What was that? There was a big one we all used to use for copy trading to all the FX prop accounts. I forgot what web-based. That damn thing had problems all the time. I was always like, it was like flying through, coming into bad weather with the autopilot on. Hey, be ready for autopilot to kick off. You got to grab the yoke and start flying the airplane. That was what was happening always. So I have kind of a bad taste in my mouth for a cloud-based copy trading software, especially if you scale up big. And then if this goes down, you're going to be there with tons of prop accounts, and you're going to have to go in and figure out how to fly the airplane through that weather. And not one airplane, but you might be, trading out to like 47 accounts or 20 accounts. So, that's just something to be aware of. And then another thing that I like about Joel's, I like the flatten button he has on the affordable indicators. Like if I see anything going on from a reliability standpoint, or maybe it's the feed getting sporadic to my master accounts, I can go on that trade copier, hit the flatten button. It'll flatten all the trades across all those accounts till I can kind of right the ship. So that's huge when you're copying out to live accounts that you don't want to lose because of a technical issue. So I'm not saying Trade Syncer is bad. I'm just saying there's different ways that these trade copiers operate, and it's something to be aware of. So check out, I know more and more sophisticated auto traders that are going to Trade Syncer, or at least adding it to the mix, and you know it seems like their experience, they're liking it more and more. So that's good. So anyhow, just wanted to make a specific video on trading in this, prop firm space. And I trade automated. So when my automation on master accounts, and this is just the ones I'm running on this computer, I got master accounts on two other Asus Gamer boxes, and those I'm using affordable indicators to talk out the trade activity to follower accounts. So my automation on NT8 currently is firing off trade activity through the trade copier to all the accounts. The bottom line is I want the most reliable setup possible. Even if it's harder to set it up or all that, in the end, once it's up and running, I want the one that's most reliable. Because if you're talking out trade activity to more and more and more accounts, that reliability is something that you really need to think about. And also, features, the ability to flatten everything and so on. You just weigh all the pros and cons, look at the platform you're on, see what the capabilities are. But I'm very much looking forward to what TickBlaze is developing and is committing to for their own trade copier that'll be part of the platform, and then seeing how capable will that be. Could I literally trade on TickBlaze and talk out all my trade activity to a TPT account that's on CQG, Lucid accounts on CQG data? Thank you, Lucid. And then Apex, 20 Apex 300Ks that are on Rhythmic, and maybe a trade day on this and so on. So we'll see what happens, but I just want to let you know what's out there, what's coming down the pipe, some of these updates. And the prop firm space, in my opinion, is a gold rush right now, and the ability to scale and the technology is advancing rapidly. I've never seen a time like this in the futures trading space, and I think it's only going to get better as we move into 2026. Have a great weekend. Info@gridalgo.com if you have any questions on institutional FX trading, portfolio based, trading the right way with trade copiers from a master account to your actual live account so you don't get disqualified. just hit me up at info@gridalgo.com, and you guys all have a great weekend.